House and Senate make the move. 2 traitors are headed to prison. During the election between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, the left did all they could to try and stack the deck in their favor. These cheating liberals employed a myriad of dirty tactics to achieve this goal, including voter fraud, and yet Trump was still able to trounce Clinton in the presidential election. Now that the election is over, one would think they would move on and accept the results like any other well-adjusted adult, but that is not what is occurring. Instead, these temper tantrum-throwing leftists are still clinging to a false hope that Trump can be removed from office and Hillary will be crowned the winner. And that, my friends, was how the Russian collusion narrative was born. Over the past year, the mainstream media has pushed the ridiculous theory that the only reason Trump won was due to Russian involvement, so much so that they insisted on a special investigator to look into it. After Robert Mueller was tapped to look into this supposed Russian conspiracy, it blew up in the left's arrogant faces as the evidence proved an entirely different story. Now, 2 congressional watchdog committees are straining at their lash and ready to rip some traitorous throats out. Starting with a pair of officials who were caught red-handed, illegally conspiring to leak Hillary's slanted sensitive information. Nearly 3 dozen text messages recently discovered prove that Peter Strzok and Lisa Page intentionally leaked confidential results of the Hillary Clinton probe to the Wall Street Journal and the Washington Post. Here is more from the Hill. Republican-led House and Senate committees are investigating whether leaders of the Russia counterintelligence investigation had contacts with the news media that resulted in improper leaks. Prompted in part by text messages amongst senior FBI officials mentioning specific reporters, news organizations, and articles. In one exchange, FBI counterintelligence agent Peter Strzok and Bureau lawyer Lisa Page engaged in a series of texts shortly before Election Day 2016 suggesting they knew in advance about an article in the Wall Street Journal and would need to feign stumbling onto the story so it could be shared with the colleagues. Article is out, but hidden behind paywalls. You can't read it. Page texted Strzok on October 24, 2016. WSJ. Boy, that was fast. Strzok texted back using the initials of the famed financial newspaper. Should I find it and tell the team? The text messages, which were reviewed by The Hill, show the 2 FBI agents discussed how they might make it appear they innocently discovered the article, such as through Google News alerts. I can get it like I do every other article that hits any Google News alerts. Seriously, Strzok wrote, adding he didn't want his team hearing about the article from someone else. Strzok played a key role in the early Russia election meddling probe before he was removed last summer by special counsel Robert Mueller for exchanging text messages critical of President Trump. Then still a candidate with Page. The Justice Department has told Congress that Strzok had engaged in an affair with Page, who served as a lawyer advising FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCain. The Hill reviewed nearly 3 dozen texts in which the 2 agents discussed articles, tried to track down information about a specific New York Times reporter, or opined about leaked information in stories that they fretted were super specific. Republican investigators in both the House and Senate say the text messages suggest FBI personnel may have had media contacts but don't necessarily prove it. So they want to learn more about what the 2 agents were talking about and whether any FBI officials involved in the Russia probe engaged in leaking, sources told The Hill. Under the Obama administration, the former traitor-in-chief weaponized the FBI, NSA, and the IRS to work against the left's political opponents to destroy them and thought they could get away with it. Never in the wildest dreams did Obama and the deep state believe that Trump would win and uncover the treason, so there was no plan to hide the evidence. Now, the further they push with this investigation, the truth is being revealed, only making it worse for the left. Hopefully, Trump will push for an investigation into Obama, Hillary Clinton, and the rest of those who have worked so hard to destroy our country and throw them behind bars.